Hey guys, welcome to this week's Good or Garbage. We're going to be taking a look at the new blueprints, the new weapons, the new everything, armor, mods, all that stuff that is being sold this week. And just as a warning, I'm sure you can see by the amount of time in this video, there is a lot of stuff to go over. I tried to go into a little bit more detail on stuff and talk a little bit about some of the things that you guys may or may not need. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at that stuff. And some guys tried to jack me, but they didn't know I could dip like a potato chip. Let's go. Alright, starting off this week's Good or Garbage, we're at the special blueprints vendor, and the first blueprint we can see is the classic M44 carbon sniper rifle. I don't really recommend this just because it is the classic. If it had been the custom, that would be a different story, but the classic misses a lot of slots. I do not recommend that. The ACR blueprint is again on sale, base damage going from 20.4k to 22.1 with this character. So we'll have to keep an eye out for that. Some of my values have changed because I've switched some gear around, but it is what it is. So the stamina mask is on sale, the electronics mask, the flash hider with accuracy, the EXP S3 holographic sight with optimal range, the stamina gear mod, and the performance gear mod. So if you need to shift some stuff around, maybe bump a few things to get some of your talents to work, then the stamina gear mod is the only one that you can buy for this week right here. So let's see what other things are being sold this week in the base of operations. Alright, now moving over to the special equipment vendor, we have the Centurion with 29.2 base damage. It also comes with cool headed. We have the Pecan with 19.6, comes with Adept, Talented, and Pecan. The Cassidy with 152, has 312.5 stagger, comes with Brutal and Ferocious and Boomstick. The Liberator at 20.4 with 21% enemy armor damage, comes with Responsive, Vicious, and Sustained. This is not a really bad roll. I like Responsive and I like Vicious. They both seem to be really, whoa, it's a flying SMG. All right, anyway, there's Responsive and Vicious. Sustained, not really a huge fan of. You may want to re-roll that, take that off. The base damage at 20.4 I think could be a little bit higher. Even though I've changed my numbers, 20.4 seems a bit low. The Historian is on sale with 161% headshot damage, could be a little bit better. Comes with Discipline, Dominant, and History Repeats. I would say that is a pass. The other weapons that they have, this pistol is a no-brainer, that's a pass. The MP5 ST, 22% crit hit damage, base damage of 19.1, comes with self-sustained or self-preserved, comes with Talented and Hurried. I would say pass, don't really like those talents. Military AK with pretty nice base damage. AKs always have good damage. Focus, Brutal, and Talented. This is not a bad roll. Focused I would probably roll off, but for what it is, the base damage, some decent enemy armor, Brutal, and Talented, not too bad. The custom M870 Shoddy with Competent, Self-Preserved, and Trained. Problem is Competent is in the second slot. I'd probably pass, even though the stagger is pretty nice at 343.5. The custom M44, now why didn't they have a blueprint for this on sale? 161 headshot damage, base of 119 with this character, intense, unforgiving, and skilled. If you're rolling with a team, this may not be too bad. Intense you might want to take off for Brutal. The Black Market RPK with skilled, ferocious, and determined is a pass. Now looking at some of the other things that are being sold this week, for the mask, there's nothing really super amazing. The Reclaimer mask has some nice skill power on it, but that's kind of about it. Rejuvenated is not really that great. The Reckless chest piece with 4% health on kill, ammo capacity, really sad kind of firearms roll on it, I would say is a pass. The Hunter's Faith, decent health on it. Exotic damage resilience is nice. The armor is not too bad, but the base 1199 for stamina is not that great. You may want to think about that. Deadeye chest piece, pretty good armor, so-so health. It has so-so Ammo on it, the base roll of 1128 in stamina is not that great, but that can be re-rolled, and the rest of this could be an alright piece. The only problem is it'll cost you 832. The backpack, specialized backpack with some decent skill power and burn resist, is not too bad. The firearms roll on it is kind of crappy, but you know, the rest of it is pretty good, and the armor is not bad on it as well. Lone Star backpack, skill power could be a little bit better. I would probably pass on that. Defense bag, not a huge fan of this one. Critical hit damage could be alright, especially since you'll be running an SMG with that, plus bleed resistance, and the armor on it isn't too bad. Knee pads, we've got accomplished with crit hit damage. It also has bleed resist, and it has increased kill XP. Striker knee pads, decent skill power, damage to elites, burn resist, not too bad. Sentry's Call knee pad, skill power, burn resist, shock resist, bleed resist, but the armor could be a little bit better. The base roll of firearms is a bit crap. Alpha Bridge got nerfed into the ground, no point in talking about that. Holster has nimble. Nimble's been a bit nerfed, but I would say this is still a pass. The rolls on it are not that great. Final measure, not a good roll. Skill haste is nice, but not that great. Predator's Mark, not that great of a roll. Firecrest, again, not that great of a roll, but really nice armor on it. The Banshee holster, a pretty bad roll, to be honest. The armor is okay. Health is alright. The Gunslinger Savage Gloves, the assault rifle damage on this is a bit low. Skill haste is nice. Enemy armor damage is nice. The armor on it could be a bit better, and the firearms is not that great. Tactician's Authority, really good armor. Crit hit chance is nice. It's shoddy, and it's health on kill. If that fits you, hey, you know what to do. And the prototype firearms mod is a bit low at 231. Performance mod not that great. Extended mat, I like the rate of fire. I don't like the size, and crit hit damage is okay. This is pretty good for an SMG, I would say. The muzzle I would pass on, and the rest of this stuff is probably not that great. So let's go see what's going on upstairs, see if there's anything better in the base of operations. So with the advanced weaponry vendor, to be honest with you guys, there's the tactical UMP has brutal on it in ambush, which seems okay. The base damage for this type of weapon is alright. Crit hit chances at 22, which isn't too bad. The tactical ACR has decent base damage, good enemy armor damage. It also has fierce and ferocious and determined. So skill cooldowns would be pretty good. Critical hit chance is pretty high. So this could work out if you're running a hybrid build with maybe a lot of skills moving around and using a lot of your skills and trying to get crit hit damage. This could be pretty good for you. The shoddy I'm not a huge fan of. It's got responsive and it has some good base damage, but I'm not really a huge fan of ferocious. Yeah, I'm just not. But you know, it's up to you. The stagger's at 306. The surplus SVD, decent headshot damage. I personally like to get something over as close to 170 as possible. It is a little bit far from my liking. It's got talented, skilled, and disciplined. The LMG, not a huge fan of. It comes with prepared, accurate, and meticulous. I like meticulous on my LMGs, but the magazine is a little bit small, so you have to figure that out. Now, speaking of magazines, this extended magazine is definitely worth a pickup if you don't have something better. At 110 with 4% critical hit chance, 4% critical hit damage and 2.5% critical hit chance. The rest of the stuff, not a huge fan of this Omega suppressor or this angle grip, but the angle grip does have some good stability and 4% damage on it if you need it. The 15 times scopes have pretty much been useless. I don't know what they changed, but they're pretty garbage. I would definitely recommend you check out the extended magazine if you don't have one. This is a pretty decent one, and it only costs you regular credits, so you can put one on most of your weapons. Personally, on my assault rifles, I run rate of fire instead of crit hit chance, or crit hit damage, but I like crit hit damage. But you know, it's up to you. But this works really well, so if you don't have anything better than that, then yeah, definitely go and check it out. Alright, so let's see what else is going on. Now, in the base of operations, the Dark Zone vendor has a prototype firearm mod with 266 firearms and 3009 skill power. Figured I'd put that out there because the firearms is not that bad and the skill power is pretty decent. So if you're running skills and you need some firearms, there you go. All right, let's see what else is up. All right, over in the Wolves Den, it's been a while since we've reported from here. There is a pretty nice compensator muzzle with 13.5 stability, 3% crit hit chance, and 4% crit damage. Dare I say this be the god roll for stability in terms of a muzzle? It looks like it. I haven't seen a muzzle with 14% stability. I've definitely not seen one that has more than 3% crit chance and 4% damage. Seems to be it. So this seems to be the best thing you can get for stability. So if you need stability on your weapon, some crit chance, crit damage, then there you go. This is as good as it's gonna get. Go over to the Wolves Den and go pick one up. All right, let's see what other things are being sold this week. And while I'm at it, I might as well go ahead and buy me one. All right, now over in Dante's Run, another long time no see. We've got an operator's mask. This is not the best of the best, but it is worth mentioning for some reasons, especially if you're running a hybrid build. We have 945 armor. I wish that was a bit higher. The base damage for firearms is not horrible at 1252. I'd like to see it a little bit higher, but it's not too bad. And it comes with refresh, which is why we're talking about this. All healing is improved by 30% when you're your last segment of health. I've talked about this before in other good or garbages, but if you don't know much about this, if you have good electronics and you're using heals, this could really help you out a lot and almost get your health back all the way up, maybe even with an overshield, depending on how your build is stacked. And it comes with skill power, which would help you out with those heals. So that plus disorient resist is a bit it'd probably have something better like maybe flame or bleed or something like that, but not too bad. Probably flame would be better. But the firearms, you can re-roll that if you'd like, or if you could stomach 1252, then you could get rid of disorient and get something else like maybe flame, or you could try to re-roll skill power to be up even higher. It does go up. So there are some options, and this is not a bad piece, and it only costs you regular credits. So if you need a refreshed mask, go ahead and check it out. Now up in the grindhouse, there is an AUG being sold. The base damage is 20 with this character. The highest that I have on my AUGs is 20.5 in terms of the characters that I have. There may be a higher number, but I'm not sure. But this has 19% critical hit damage, and the reason I'm talking about this is because of the talents. We've got Deadly, Talented, and Brutal. Now, had Talented been in the third slot, this would have been a definite pickup. But because it's in the second, unless you have the electronics for it, I would say think about it. But still, Brutal and Deadly together on this thing is pretty nice. If you don't have the electronics, maybe going for something to give you some more crit hit chance could work out in your favor. So this is not a bad weapon to pick up, and something worth thinking about if you need an SMG, especially if you're running one of those shield builds. This might work out for you. All right, go over to the grindhouse, check it out. All right, now up on East 50A Street off to the side, just so you can see that a little better, there's a vigorous chest piece being sold with 15,912 health on it. Figure I'd throw that out there because I know vigorous is a fan favorite. It also comes with enemy armor damage. Unfortunately, it has increased kill XP. The firearms is not that great at 1172. The armor also could be a bit better, but I know searching for certain talents on chest pieces with at least one or two decent things on it can be a bit of a pain in the ass. So finding one, I figure I might as well report on it. And this chest piece is one that I know some people are looking for. So here you go if you're looking for that. And just as a side note, there's also an operator's mask with rejuvenated here. I think the other one with rejuvenated was a bit better, but this one is being sold as Dark Zone credits. Take a look at it. That is what it is at 922. The rest of the stuff, not really a huge fan of, but definitely go ahead and check out the vigorous chest piece if you need that. All right, let's see what the Dark Zone vendors have for sale this week. Now up in East 46th Street, I wasn't going to talk about this, but I figure people love talking about the MP7, so I'd bring it up. The base damage on this thing is not the greatest. I have an MP7 with 17 on this character, over 17 on this character, but This does have 21% critical hit chance. It also comes with destructive and adept. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because the crit hit chance is pretty decent at 21, plus having this extra critical hit chance, and then maybe throwing deadly instead of dominant on here, maybe rolling dominant off, getting deadly on there. It could make up for the base damage, but you know, if you have something with better base damage and better talents, then you definitely want to steer clear of this. But if you don't have one and you've been looking for an MP7, this is not bad, especially for PvE content since it does have destructive on it. But I just figured I'd throw it out there for the people looking. Again, if you're not looking for it, then let's keep it moving. Now over in East 34th Street, there's a mod that I wanted to bring to your attention. It's a firearms mod with skill haste, 3% skill haste. I know some people are looking for skill haste for those hybrid builds. Again, this is specific to people who are looking for it. 259 firearms. Go ahead and check it out. It's over there. There's a muzzle brake being sold. This is slightly worse than the other muzzle that I recommended that I thought was God tier, or God roll maybe even. It has 13.5 stability, which is the same. Crit hit damage is 4, which is the same, but it has slightly less crit hit chance. So if you know, I don't know why you would want to buy this over the other one, since this one is Dark Zone credits over standard credits, but it's there, and I thought I'd throw it out there. Now over in West 31st Street, there is an extended magazine that I think could rival the one that is being sold in the base. This one is 110, comes with 4% crit hit damage, and this one has rate of fire on it at 5.10%. So definitely, if you need an extended magazine with rate of fire instead of crit chance, then this could work out for you. If you're running Deadeye, you definitely don't need the crit chance. This could work in your benefit for the faster firing sniper rifles. Or if you're running an SMG and you just want to get as much damage and magazine size and not worry about chance, then there you go. Alright, now in DZ4, thought I'd just throw this out there. 266 stamina mod with signature ability resource gain. Help you get your super back even faster. There are other ones like this being sold this week, but 266 ain't too bad. And you can get into Dark Zone pretty easy at DZ4. So if you need it, go ahead and check it out. If not, keep it moving. Alright guys, in DZ5, just wanted to throw this out there just in case you wanted to just have them bullets going down range. You don't care about crit, nothing. You just trying to get them out there as quick as possible. We've got an extended magazine with 110.5. It's got 5% reload speed to help you get them bullets out even faster, and a 5% rate of fire increase for even faster firing. So if you don't care about crit anything, then that's there. The rest of this stuff is poo-poo. I'm not even going to show it to you. So let's go. Up in DZ6, we got a couple pieces worth talking about. The Predator's Mark mask and chest piece are not them, but the Final Measure backpack with 1,266 armor. Plus it has 1,259 electronics. Plus it has some skill power of 12,891. Has disrupt resistance, kind of but really and truly, who knew Final Measure was the shit? Like I've deleted so many Final Measure pieces back in the day. Who knew that Final Measure would be all that hot? If you're running a new incursion, you definitely want to have somebody with Final Measure. There is going to be some pieces of that incursion that you will want to defuse some grenades. Spoiler alert. But yeah, definitely go and pick this up. And if you're doing PvP, this could be very useful, having a 4-piece Final Measure in the Dark Zone. So just throwing that out there, and yeah, the electronics roll on it ain't that bad. Now the other thing that's pretty good this week here is the defense holster with 1267 on the health and the electronics, plus it's got health of 7,224. The armor roll on it ain't that bad either at 954. Could be a bit better, but hey, beggars can't be choosers, and if you're running defense, this could work out in your benefit, and yeah, be pretty good for you. Just re-roll the firearms and get something better. The rest of the stuff with the gloves, not that great, but definitely recommendations would be to pick up this holster and definitely take a look at the Final Measure bag if you don't have one better. All right, now up in DZ8, just because the stamina roll is the max at 1272, I'm talking about this bag. Stability on it is garbage. Ammo capacity at 50 is aight. And technical as a talent, increased skill power by 15% while your signature is active is kind of garbage. But I figure I'd throw it out there because who knows, somebody may want this thing. And 1272 is as high as it's gonna get. The armor on it ain't that bad at 1316. So hey, don't say I didn't put it out there and miss something just because, you know, it wasn't what you needed. But it definitely ain't what I need. But you know, if it's something you want, you can always re-roll stability off of this thing and put something else on it. And if you use your signature a lot in your group, then hey, this may be pretty good for you. All right, up in DZ9, the only thing really worth talking about is the return of Final Measure, because, you know, 1270 on some health ain't that bad. 4% all resist ain't that bad. Exotic damage resilience at 10.5 ain't that bad. And that ammo capacity at 55 is pretty good. Only problem with this is the armor is not great. I'd actually like to see health and maybe skill haste on this. Or health and exotic damage resilience. So you can get rid of all resistance and put health on this. You're pretty much good to go. The armor roll is a bit low on it. It could be a lot better, but it is what it is. Final Measure, man, you might be sleeping on this, but Final Measure might be the ticket for a little bit. The rest of this stuff not that great. The Tactician's knee pads are not horrible. They've got burn and shock resistance on them. They've got a pretty decent skill power. Skill power could be a lot higher, but you know, it is what it is. And that's pretty much it for this week's good or garbage. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's. Tried to go a little bit more in depth and not really glaze over too many things. This is a little bit longer version, so if you like this kind of version or if you like the shorter version, leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know which one you guys prefer. I'm trying to give you some insight just in case you're new to the game. I've seen some comments on other videos that I've made by newer agents who are new to the division, and they appreciate some of the work that I've done in the past. So shout outs to you guys if you're a new agent and you're checking out my channel for the first time, second time, third time, or you know, you just found out about me maybe a week or two ago. So thank you for the support. Appreciate it, you guys. And yeah, be sure to get everything that you need. You can stock up this week. There's a lot of stuff to stock up on, so go ahead and check it out and get your agents ready for the new patch that's coming out, the 1.6.1. We'll see how that goes, and make sure you start working on that Final Measure build, because you're gonna need it. And with the loadout system coming in the new update, it's definitely gonna be worth it to have one of those on deck. All right, so until next week, it's your boy Khan, TDK, Mr. So Real. Remember to follow me on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and make sure you check out the Facebook page. I'll catch you guys in the next one, and I also got a Discord. Be working on that. We'll see how that goes. I got some learning to do on that. But yeah, catch you guys in the next one. I'm gone. Have a good one. Have a great weekend and the rest of the week. Peace.